Hi gardening friends, this is Lark and I'm in Wisconsin Zone 5 and I'd like to take you for a walk on the wild side in my woods. We'll see what's going on back there. Put on my homemade mosquito repellent and tick repellent. I make it with infused lemon balm oil, and then I add whatever essential oils to it that are real fragrant, like eucalyptus and tea tree and citronella. You can add some mints too. It's whatever I have a lot of. And then I make a tincture up with witch hazel and those essential oils also. He just put new bark down this year. Free. Delivered free. All free. Just he had to shovel it all. I think he said 43 yards it took. Yep. 72 years old, and he's physically fit that he can shovel all that bark. It's a dead aspen. And we keep it up. We let the wind take them down now so the woodpeckers have something to peck on. And we have pileated so they can really make some noise, especially on the bigger, older trees. A lot of jewelweed. This is jewelweed right here. And it'll get to be about 5, maybe even 6 feet tall because it gets a lot of moisture down here. It's a wetland area. Oh, I know. I wanted to show you. I have one elderberry, and I'll be looking for more. I probably cut out a lot not knowing what this was. Because it has a compound leaf, and so does my poison sumac, and so does the elm and ash. So I was cutting things out because I was paranoid of poison sumac, since we both had it very bad. And so now I wait until fall before I go and I cut anything down that I don't know exactly what it is, because the poison sumac gets a bright orange and the elm and the ash do not. Old tamarack. Old tamarack. One of my favorite trees back here. And the old oak too. Look at how that branch goes right over. See the path here? Goes right over the path. Just arches naturally. Cool? I did not put this grass in here. It is, right now it's about 6.5 feet tall. And it's like bamboo. And I didn't put it in there. And if it is a form of bamboo, I might have supported a sapling at one time with a piece of bamboo, you know, that you buy. But I never put this in here. I wonder if it um, could have rooted. Cattails. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm walking bumpy. I can't see in the screen. Now I can. Another tamarack. So pretty. So pretty. Oh, I should be looking for nettle too. I have nettle up in my garden that I eat, and then I don't have to come back here for it. Whoa, I can see a fishy down there. Mostly bass. Carp went through already. It's like spawning time they went through. But now it's bass and some northern. And once in a while you'll see a trout. It was a trout stream at one time, maybe 50 years ago. Oh boy, I can't see in the screen, so I'm sorry if the sun is shining in your eyes here or making it blurry. Cottonwood. A lot of the wildlife in the wetland like the cottonwood. We don't have a path down there, but it's pretty out on that finger of our property down there. The creek winds around and then comes this way. Can you see how this path took 43 yards? And that's just topping it off. You know, he's got like, what, 24 years worth of bark down here. The deer thank us. They like walking the path. Typical wetland plants. Cedar. Speckled elder. Grapevine. About the only thing I use these wild grape leaves for is when I ferment pickles. Now he does wrap the most of the young aspen, so the deer don't do their antlers on them. He usually gets it higher, so he's going to have to add another one before winter on that. He must just have wanted to get it something around it. See, over here he has one up, so I'd say about, he goes up about 5 feet with the chicken wire. And also, right around the creek here, we have beaver come through. We haven't for a couple years. Okay, there's a spit bug. See, Catherine? Now I'm going to see if I can get him. Can you see that? There he is. Whoops, I'm sorry. There's the spit bug. That's what you're looking for, and he's soft. So we will squish him. Okay, this is a tree that went down during the storm. Oh, last year sometime in Aspen. So this was the path. So now he curved the path around this way instead. See that bamboo grass? Now see this one here, see the compound leaf? Now it is either a nut tree, and unless I bring the book back with me, or a nut tree, or an elm, or an ash, or a poison sumac. So I will not cut it down, because if it's a nut tree, I would like it, because we have hickories around here and walnut, and that's the same with that one. Got a feeling there's sumac, poison sumac, because there were clumps of it back here, you know, with a diameter of maybe 4 inches or so of poison sumac, and we were cutting it with a chainsaw, and it was flying all over, and Dave got rash really bad all over. Probably making you sick the way I'm bouncing around here. Didn't find any morels this year. It's been 2 years. I haven't found any. See, this is right next to the path, and the creek is right through there. So the beaver would love taking this one down, or this one down, or that one down. So he has a chicken wire off of that now because it's pretty wide girth there. But if I would walk back here and I'd see the tree marked, because they take like either their claws or their teeth, and they mark the tree, you know, and then they go, okay, I better get help on this one. So I have a day or two sometimes. Yellow flag. You saw how clear it was over by our little beach. But it comes around and winds several times before it gets to this place, and it's like a resting place for all that yucky scum, whatever it is. But I'm quite sure it's beneficial to the wetland. It's not, I don't think it's duckweed. Some of it might be duckweed. And this is spring fed. This creek almost never freezes. I'm going to show you right here where the water's coming out. Can you see it bubbling? He does cut this part right here because we view it from the house. Okay. Some kayakers just came through. Too bad I didn't get them on camera and they chat with you. I love this green sculpture I did. Nothing too elaborate, but it really plays with the light down here, and the green blends with all the natural growth down here. Then this side I have this on. Little whimsy with Mother Nature here. There's nothing much blooming back here right now. I threw a lot of my deadheading or pulling out of forget-me-nots and threw them back here. Pretty. More tamaracks. Just what you see in a Zone 5 wetland area. There's some oaks back here too. Let's see, what are they called? They're for the wetland. A white oak, I think. It's a baby. And then we're back over by the bog garden, which I'm not doing this year. Only a few things in there. Horsetail, high in silica. Okay, and then this goes back to the oak tree where we came down. Boy, I like this. It goes a lot faster than the Tea Time Tuesday. Lots of horsetail. It's supposed to make a very nutritional tea, but I drink so much tea already. I have to pick and choose which one's going to give me the highest in the minerals I need, which is calcium. I have osteoporosis and the spine and the hip. And I won't take the drugs anymore. I took them for a couple months, and I'm trying to treat it with eggshells. Pumpkin patch. That's comfrey. I just whacked down. So cardboard will be going in here, or newspaper. You can see I have newspaper down right now. So anyways, I'm treating my osteoporosis with really good diet, with greens, lots of greens. I have greens for breakfast and bone broth. I make my own, but the eggshells I get from my local farmer who has a chicken tractor, and the chickens eat all the in the field, all the grass and the bugs, and so I buy my eggs from them, and it really killed me to pay $5 a dozen, but that's before I started eating real organic. And $5 a dozen is cheap for me because I eat every part of my eggs, and I tell my granddaughters my chickens are happy chickens. They have a good life. So I've been eating eggshells, probably a half a teaspoon in the morning, half in late afternoon, and I take it with some magnesium and powdered magnesium. It's called CALM, C-A-L-M, and I take it with some raisins because it's boron, and boron's hard to get, and it's a trace mineral, and calcium is absorbed better with it. So I am eating good and then taking this instead of supplements. It's my supplement. Plus, calm helps me sleep at night. I have a few peas down here. If you remember, this is a very wet area. And the peas are coming. I don't know how much they like it. I did plant beans on this side. I don't see any coming up yet. And I put some cucumbers in here too. These are the Japanese ones. And I pushed in a couple seeds. Oh, this is messy back here. I should be embarrassed to show you. Flowers off of the Japanese, what is that? Red mustard. Eat them. Dill down here, reseeded. More dill. Gloriosa daisy, just because it's pretty. My dandelions are down here too. They like it. They like this moist and parched shade. My white yarrow. The white is the very medicinal, not the hybrids. The white will stop bleeding for sure. That I've tried. Okay, in these pots I have kohlrabi and what else? That's just some flowers growing. Calendula, some purslane. Okay, purslane, lettuce, some beets I put in there. And of course a lot of weed seeds come up in here. And some dill. A lot of weed seeds come up in here because they blow in the fall into the container. And then my blueberries. And I think they're called the Arctic series. 3 different kinds. And I am going to be, this is all chicken wired in here, but I need to chicken wire the top. I'm not going to use netting. I'm going to use chicken wire so I don't have to do it again. Loosestrife, firecracker loosestrife. That burgundy leaf. Pretty, and then a yellow flower, small yellow flower. You can tell I'm cutting back because this was the fairy garden. No more. Hydrangea, look at that. First year, I should be on the other side of it and going. It's going up across and then over here on this other tree. Seems like the south side of the tree is the one that has the most blooms. Let's see. Not on this one. There's a few. Let's look at the other side here. Japanese maple. Now this is what I figure my perennial garden is going to look like. Wild. But there's a lot of phlox in here. And goldenrod, where up in the main garden, it should have a lot more perennials in it when it gets wild. Now, let's see if I can get some of this with the climbing hydrangea. Whoops. Okay. Look at this trumpet vine. I should go on the other side. See how it's going around the cast iron here? Arch? It's growing into it. Wonder if that trumpet vine will support itself. Or if that cast iron probably will take a good 50 years to decompose, if even then. That's the trumpet vine on there. Having a Japanese maple backlit is always so pretty. Cup plant. It's a native plant here. See how it catches the water right in here? Can you see that? The finches drink from that. Lots of phlox back here. So it'll look pretty when phlox is blooming, and then when phlox is done, goldenrod will take over. So thank you for joining me on this Wednesday. This won't happen too often. When it starts looking different, maybe I'll take you for another walk on the wild side. Take care, my gardening friends, and thank you for visiting me.